Season 15 is going to be one of, if not the biggest Destiny season in Beyond Light. A lot of things are changing, a lot of new things are coming, and a lot of what you're used to won't be the same as we enter into this long stretch of time between now and the Witch Queen expansion early next year. In this video, we're going to go through the 15 things that you probably forgot about are coming in Season 15. Starting off, the Trials reward structure is being overhauled. Bungie is looking to improve the overall health of the Trials matchmaking pool since there's not enough incentive for a wide audience, and there's very little separation of skill. The matchmaking pool has been shrinking season after season, and new or average players quickly flee matchmaking when they just get stomped by cheaters, recovs, or players they never have a chance against. Bungie aims to rebuild the reward structure to encourage players to play for longer periods of time. Right now, players spend the majority of their time in the early stages of the Trials card, which doesn't really give average players a fair chance to secure a couple wins. The new reward structure in Season 15 is supposed to encourage players to go deeper into their Trials card, so then more players can get the 3 and 5 win rewards. Trials is also supposed to get the Iron Banner solo player treatment, so if you've ever wanted to play Trials but have never had a fire team, you'll be able to play freelance Trials and be matched up with a team. This isn't the only thing happening to Trials. 3-peaking in Trials and competitive will no longer be possible. 3-peaking is when you use an emote or you use a weapon that gives a third-person camera view, so then you can look around corners without being punished for being in the line of fire. In Season 15, emotes will be disabled completely, and you will also not be able to swap to a sword that doesn't have any ammo in it. This issue has been one of the biggest asks from PvP and Trials players since Trials came back a year and a half ago. After being teased and planned for a very long time, crossplay is finally coming to Destiny 2 in Season 15. If you're like me that started playing Destiny on console and made friends there, but then eventually moved to a different platform, it's really exciting to be able to play with those old friends again. Crossplay has been a giant undertaking for Bungie. Because of how much needed to be done, full crossplay features will be rolled out over time, with the most important features coming right away. Here's the schedule of what crossplay will look like. In early Season 15, you'll set your one-time Bungie name, which will be used in a separate roster from your friends on PSN, Xbox, or Steam. This separate roster will be where you add friends that you meet in Destiny. So if you're on console and want to add a PC player to your Bungie friends list, you just exchange Bungie names and you can start to fill up your list of friends that are playing Destiny specifically. Certain characters in your name will no longer be available, so make sure if you're on Steam and have the Destiny characters in your name to change your Steam name before this goes live. You'll also be able to send cross-platform invites, play multiplayer across platform, and matchmaking will have all platforms included in PvE. If you're a console player playing with PC players, your fire team in Crucible, Trials, Competitive, Iron Banner, and Gambit will always be matched up against other PC players. Soon after launch, cross-platform voice chat will be added, but in the meantime, I expect most players will just be using Discord to chat together. And then sometime in the winter, Bungie name changes will be added, text chat will display on consoles, and then console players will also be able to use text input via USB keyboards to talk to PC players. Another thing that's been asked for a very long time and is finally happening in Season 15 are a lot of weapon buffs. Scout rifles, hand cannons, machine guns, and exotic primaries are all getting PvE buffs. Scout rifles and hand cannons should have some of their precision damage nerfs pulled back after they were introduced almost 2 years ago with the Shadowkeep expansion, and machine guns should be able to better fill their target role as a weapon that's great at ad clear and kind of okay at sustained boss DPS. Exotic primaries that don't currently have catalysts are almost guaranteed to be meta for endgame PvE next season. Bungie wants to buff primary exotics in these PvE modes specifically, and they said that the way that they plan on doing this is by using catalysts. So what this tells me is that you should expect weapons without catalysts to get these changes, and here's the exotic primary kinetic and energy weapons that currently don't have a catalyst. Wishender, Malfeasance, The Last Word, Thorn, Monte Carlo, Traveler's Chosen, Le Monarque, Taraba, and Devil's Ruin. Speaking of weapon buffs, number 5 is a complete rework to fusion rifles. Bungie has wanted to make the subfamilies in fusion rifles more distinct and unique from one another with this large rework. You should expect to see changes to perks and mods on fusion rifles, and hopefully the charge time masterwork on fusion rifles won't reduce damage anymore. It's also been hinted at that exotic fusion rifles like Vex Mythoclast will get some custom tuning, along with the fusion rifle rework in Season 15. I think it's pretty safe to say that we'll see fusion rifles a lot next season, and the seasonal artifact will probably revolve around them like grenade launchers did during Season 14. Well, Bungie giveth and Bungie taketh. With so many sandbox buffs coming in Season 15, we're also getting a couple nerfs. Breach grenade launchers, which are the special weapon grenade launchers like Salvager Salvo and Truth Teller, have been weapons that Bungie has been eyeing for some time now. The nerfs seem to largely be targeted at PvP, but it's likely that it'll also affect PvE as well. Grenade launchers have seen a rise in popularity in the Crucible after shotguns were nerfed, and players and Bungie really want to pull back from the special weapon-focused PvP that's been the meta for a very long time. To help reach this goal, Bungie is going to be toning down the special ammo economy available in PvP. They said this is one of the last steps in balancing special weapons in the Crucible, before they then move to balancing primary weapons. Expect less ammo available for special weapons in Season 15, as we all try to move towards a primary weapon meta-focused PvP in the future. The last of the nerfs is one we're all a little sad to see happen, but I don't think many should be surprised by. Anarchy has been in a league of its own since release as a huge passive damage source. My expectation is that Bungie is going to either nerf the tick damage or Anarchy's ability to add clear enemies. Right now it can wear too many hats for a heavy weapon when machine guns are supposed to be getting buffed, so all heavy weapons can more cleanly fit into their defined roles. Because machine guns are supposed to fit into an add clear role, I think this is the area of Anarchy that's probably going to get nerfed. So its best aspect of being a high passive damage source would still be where it shines. I and many other players have been very outspoken about how bad transmog is in Destiny. It'll be slightly less overly complicated in Season 15, but it'll still be a bad system. The Synthstrand step is going to be completely removed, which was the currency that you needed to buy the bounties, which then give you another currency to buy a currency that lets you transmog an item. In Season 15, you'll just buy the bounties at the start of the chain for 10,000 Glimmer each. Again, this doesn't fix transmog or make it a good system by any means, but at least now Bungie won't be throttling how quickly you get your free transmogs for the season. Stasis has made it very clear how outdated light subclasses are. Stasis needed to go through multiple nerfs before we could finally get to the point now where it's time for light subclasses to get some updates. Bungie has been very quiet on exactly what to expect from light subclasses in Season 15, but their goal is to make them more viable across the game. I don't think we'll see anything drastic like light subclasses being updated to the aspect system in Stasis, but more just general buffs to light supers and abilities. As a huge fan of Code of the Commander Sentinel, I'm really hoping to see light subclasses be better in the Crucible and in PvE. Speaking of PvP, Archon's Thunder the machine gun, Reeswalker the shotgun, plus some new Iron Banner weapons will be available next season. It's good to know that Iron Banner is going to be getting something new to chase, since it so often just has the same stuff to grind for season after season. With next season very likely being a fusion rifle season, I bet we'll get a fusion rifle to chase in Iron Banner. Maybe with grenade launchers being toned down, we'll also get a new grenade launcher, but I'd put money on expecting a new fusion rifle. PvP isn't the only area Bungie is changing a lot in Season 15. There's a lot coming to PvE, specifically the Strikes and Nightfall side of things. Zavala with Vanguard, Lord Shaxx with Crucible, and the Drifter with Gambit will all have a unified reputation system called Vanguard, Crucible, and Gambit ranks. The Infamy and Valor systems will be retired completely, and Trials will also have its own rank system. To keep players more active and engaged in the core playlists, and to make the new reputation system more interesting, activity streaks are being added in Season 15. Bungie expects that 75% of your reputation rank ups will come just from playing the game, but players that win more will get rank ups a little bit faster. Nightfalls will also grant their own bonuses based on completion medals from high scores, and the medal that you earn from the number of champions you kill. Platinum medals from killing all champions, and the harder the difficulty of the Nightfall will give more reputation bonuses. All of this replaces the win streak bonuses in Gambit and Crucible, and bounties will no longer give reputation, only XP. This is all to incentivize players to stay and play the game, rather than prioritizing bounties. And with the level cap only increasing by 10 in Season 15, XP isn't as important anymore. Overall, activities will be far more rewarding for continued playtime, with less focus on grinding bounties for XP. Grandmaster Nightfalls will also be different next season. Currently, you cannot get the Conqueror title or Gild a title until the end of the season. Starting in Season 15, the activity node that lets you select which Grandmaster Nightfall to play will be available the week that Grandmaster difficulty is up, instead of weeks and weeks later. This will be available to the Fire Team leader if they haven't guilded their title that season yet. This way, players will be able to guild the Conqueror title the day that Grandmaster difficulty is available, but once they've guilded, they'll only be able to run the weekly Grandmaster Nightfall. I hope that Grandmaster rewards get buffed or rewards better match the Nightfall, because what will suck about this system is having a Nightfall up that is significantly longer or more difficult than the rest, and not being able to run the best Nightfall for the best reward. 2 new weapons will be added to the Nightfall rotation. The Comedian, which is a shotgun from Destiny 1, and the Hothead, which is a rocket launcher from Destiny 1, will be added to the 6 weapons already in the Nightfall rotation. Since there will be 8 weapons available in Season 15, the weapon rotation will be 2 weapons available each week, instead of having most of the weapons dropping 1 week at a time. With how inconsistent the drop rate is for even Grandmaster difficulty, where runs can take 30 to 45 minutes and nothing will still drop, I think having 2 possible weapons to drop each week is going to make farming frustrating. Ask anyone if they had a good time farming for a palindrome when there was 4 potential weapons to drop and the increased drop rate was turned on, and almost no one will say that they enjoyed getting loot that they weren't interested in. A better system would be if the 2 weapons rotated daily like the Altars of Sorrow, with Monday dropping both weapons, but with increased drop rates active. This way players can farm for exactly what they want, skip the days they don't want what drops, and they can take a break for 24 hours before farming for what they want again. In Season 15, we'll be getting Stasis legendary weapons for the first time. It's tough to know how much these weapons will impact the game, since it seems unlikely that a new shield will just be added to the game just for the color of Stasis to destroy it. Honestly, that would be a pretty boring implementation of the new damage type, but at the same time, how impactful will they be when looking at the Stasis exotics that we already have? Both of them have been practically dead on arrival, so while it might be really cool to have new weapons with Stasis, I wouldn't get my hopes up that they'll be anything remarkable. Like in previous seasons, we'll be getting some new Stasis aspects. I'm really hoping Behemoth and Revenant get a really good utility aspect like Warlocks have with their Stasis turret. Behemoth has been absolutely destroyed after the nerfs in PvE, so I'm really hoping it'll get some good neutral game in Season 15. What changes coming in Season 15 are you looking forward to the most? I can't wait for crossplay so I can hang out with my console friends again, and it'll be nice to play with some of you that have reached out in YouTube comments or on Twitter and be actually able to play together even if on different platforms. If you want more content, check out the Patreon in the description below. The support there really keeps the channel going, and I absolutely appreciate it. Thanks for watching.